time for Florida State football. This is the Jimbo Fisher Show. The Jimbo Fisher Show is brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Coca-Cola, try a game changer of your own. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. Ram, come in and get a great deal on the best trucks during Ram Power Days. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe.
Hello and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Tom Block and Coach Fisher. And Coach, congratulations. Yet again, your team defeats Miami, and yet again another thrilling chapter to the rivalry that is Hurricanes and Noles.
It is. It's one of the great rivalries in football, and I always say this. I mean, you got two teams that have a lot of pride, a lot of history, a lot of tradition, good players, good coaches. They're going to lay it on the line, and guys are going. It's a heavyweight bout. You're going to get hit. They're going to hit you, and you just got to keep getting up and going at it. And we're able to do it, and luckily got down to a block PAT, and then being able to pick up those 2 first downs at the end was critical, because if we had to punt from back there, where their kicker was kicking it in the range, they'd have been in perfect field goal range. They were in a great shape, and I mean, our guys going out and being able to finish the game with 4-minute offense was very critical too.
Well, you talk about picking yourself up. DeAndre Francois certainly did that. Boy, he's a tough kid.
He did. He really. And he took some shots, and unnecessary shots. I mean, there were some really late ones on it, and very physical. But, man, he just kept getting up, making plays, standing in there. And I think he found that. I think our team truly fell in love with him again. But I think he found out something about himself. I really do. I think he's pushing himself to limits. And if you're going to be the quarterback of a major program, or you want to go in pro football or wherever it is, I'm not saying those big those teams that are great, those quarterbacks, they take those. There's those days, and you got to be able to do it. And I think he's finding out in himself that he's got it in him, and he's got to keep doing it, man. I'm very proud of him, and played one heck of a football game.
As a result, Florida State goes on to get a 20-19 win in thrilling fashion, and we will take a look at the highlights when we return right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, you go on the road to Miami every 2 years. You know it's going to be a great environment, a hostile environment, and a new and improved stadium. Really was a fun night, an electric night on Saturday.
I mean, I love being down there. What I'm saying is that environment and atmosphere is tremendous, and that's what college football is about. And you on the road, you got to learn to go do those things, play great teams on the road, and take that environment. And their crowd was awesome. The stadium, what they've done to it's awesome. It was a nice deal. Great kickoff by Logan Tyler again. Here, first play, they try to naked and take a shot down the field. Jacob Pugh coming on the blitz off the edge, and I mean, really got a hold of the quarterback, did a nice job. And we did a good job early on, first down on defense. Good job there. Marquez didn't need to come inside quite so much, but Jacob hustled to the football, knocking him out for a minimal gain. And able to get pressure on third down, making it dump down 2-man there. Matthew Thomas, man-to-man with the back, which you have no idea is very hard, and no help. And that was a big-time play. And I tell you what, their punter can kick the ball. Daggum. Change field position. That's a hard catch by Bobo. Didn't catch that ball and get back north-south and get us another 10 or 15 yards is really good. But their punter, boy, he could kick that ball. Here we go. First, I mean, this play is inches right. I mean, shoelaces from being a 30-yard gain or a touchdown on the first play. I mean, critical. Now, come back with a little empty route, pop the ball to the tight end, get a little controlled route right there. Nice job by sneak a third down. We were very efficient on third down for the most part on the day, and good sneak right there, the inside of the line, really pushing it. Here we get a nice little zone play. If we widen that edge a little bit by Izzo right there, this one's got a chance to pop out there. But they're big and physical up front. Here we pop a little zone play up inside. Dalvin, boy, he ran really good again, 150 yards on the night, and just played really well. And we come back, pop the flat route. Actually had the tight end and him. They came in a blitz, and he had 2 options right there. But again, getting the ball out of his hand, making positive plays. Now, this is one of Dalvin's few mistakes. He got stopped on a 3rd and 1. If he sticks that ball front side, it's a touchdown. It's out the gate. That was one. And then on 4th down, we go for it right there. We're in that no man's land for field goal, 52, 53 yards. Had a good play, had him wide open. We got to get our hands up and get that ball over the top, and we got it. We had a touchdown on that one. So with that first drive and 3rd and 4th down, we left a lot on the field right there. Again, our guys doing a great job on edge support on those screens, playing more physical. Guys in the run, they come in averaging 230-some yards a game, and I think we gave up like 60 or 70 yards rushing on the night, something that way. And DeAndre here making good decisions. When they take those bubble screens, taking what's there, making good choices, the run-pass options here. Called his own number, got up inside. Great job picking up 10 or 12 yards. And just, again, moving the football. And this is the one, this stopped our second drive. We stopped the first drive, and this stopped the second. We got a slant wide open for about an 8-10-yard gain on first down, and he tried to throw it too quick and just slipped out of his hands. And that was the first 2 drives of the game, and because we moved the ball very well. Never felt like we couldn't. Had a guy open in the middle there. They got pressure and batted it. So, we just didn't execute, but again, give them credit. They played hard. They had a little screen out here. Good job. Now here we hurt Nate Andrews. This is where Nate got hurt, and pretty serious deal. So he could be out for some time. We got to see. All right, now they get momentum. They're no huddle. They're moving. There's Jacob Pugh, Demetrius Jackson out there as a young freshman on the play, and there's Trey Marshall on the sideline right there. We got to get out there and get that cover down. Backer should have been there. Man, we get a nice play. That guy's fitting right there. Boy, that's a nice fit right there. I can't tell who that is. Oh, Erman Lane. How about on defense, the way Erman's coming on? Doing a really nice job over there on defense. Picking it up, learning. Here they got a little play down the middle. Good job. Got over the help top with Erman, underneath with Marquez. Hard to put it in there, and they get on the board 3-0 and get the lead. We had the first 2 drives. Like I said, we thought we had some chance to move the ball, and it was a little bit on us. Pop a zone play here. Again, inches. It gets about 5, but even our bad plays were 4, 5, running the football. We were still staying physical up front. This right here, we got to keep this hit off DeAndre. What a great throw. He should not have been hit right there. That should have been, it was picked up and got beat late on the block, and we got to take that punishment off of him. Now, this is right here. And right here, throwing it away, grabbing him, putting it away. We got to ask about that. I mean, that thought was a little unnecessary at the time itself, but we'll look at it and see. But we had one on them, too. I mean, that's the way that game's played. But you got to protect these quarterbacks. If you don't, they're not going to be anywhere. Sean, get that ball up. We could have really ran with it. And here we had 2 receivers over here, got tied up on a route, created a thing. Sean didn't throw it, didn't make a mistake. Just ate it, and we punted it and got out of there. Now, this is a bad punt right here. They came on a trying to get it, and luckily we got a good roll and got a 40-some-yard punt out of it. And we got to get our cover. We had our punt coverage cost us late in this game. We got to make sure we're getting that cleared up. Here, there's Kai in the pocket. He dumps down a little screen right underneath to Walton, who's a good player. There's DeMarcus Christmas. Let's tell you what, Derek Noddy and those guys played really good. Jacob Pugh played good, but I'm going to tell you, Josh Sweat, you talk about a man possessed last night, played really, really well. I mean, really. DeMarcus Walker had his normal game, but some of those guys really coming on. There's Matthew Thomas. Matthew had 3 or 4 big hits on the quarterback. One, unfortunately, came late, just a hair high. Wasn't really late, it was just high, and he was just not a bunch high, but it was. Nice coverage right there. Is that Levante? You saw Levante Taylor. There's Kyle Myers. All those guys got significant playing time last night and played really well. And we popped a stretch play left, get him banged up, and there we go. There he goes. Out the gate for a big 59-yard run. And like I say, Elder there can really run. They had an angle on him, but we're down in scoring position, and we're ready to score. And what happens down here, we end up, wish we had thrown a bubble play right there. If we thrown a bubble out there, we had a big game. We popped that zone play in there, got 3 or 4, and then right here we end up having one of the critical mistakes in the red zone. First time we ain't scored all year. And what happened was we got signaled in. It should have been 2 free release to the right. We got a free release to the left on the signal, and signaling the wrong one. The tight end didn't go out, which made that guy set on that route and cost us. But we got to throw it away right there anyway. That cost us bad right there. Nice job, Wally. And there's Brian Burns, another young freshman in the game playing. Now they had a little run-pass option. Tavares cannot give up the inside. He's got to move his feet, stop that inside when they're in a run-pass option. They're on that slant. Here they are now. They're getting some momentum. See, after the interception, they took the momentum of the game, and they were able to move it down the field. So one time on the defense, they really drove the football and got us on a long drive. Again, nice slant route inside by them. And I think they called, I don't know if that's the one, one of them they called interference. I don't know if it was that one or not. But then they hit a screen play. Really nice call right here. We got to read that up front. We got to retrace with the ends. Tackle's got to see it, and the backer's got to jump at man. When that guy steps up, he's got to jump all over it. But they're moving the ball well. Here they pop a little screen. Great play right there. That's what we were trying to get last week when those corners, when those should have been coming up under on all those little screens and making the play. And this here, I mean, man, that was just good throw and catch. Levante looked back just a hair and didn't need to, but they made a good play. Missed a block right there, get 2 or 3. Need to do a little better job blocking on the perimeter on that particular one. Travis Rudolph just did it. Now here, they were stopped, reading the eyes, doing a good job when they couldn't get rushes, stopping and getting their hands up. Here we are on 3rd down, popped a nice side adjust route out of the Kerman. Kerman had a nice night, catching the screens, but caught a couple balls downfield, the side adjust routes. Did a good job right here. Then here, got to flatten that out. Got to flatten that ball out a little bit on the route and get up underneath that guy. He beat us. And then they come back with pressure right here. They covered this one. There's nothing we could do. They had a good call against what we had, and we had to punt it. Again, they come back. You saw Fred Jones come in there, and daggone, we had the one-on-one right there, and Marcus Lewis had him. He's got to make the stop. Can't give that up on a little hitch route. Got spun out of it. They're moving the ball. But I'll tell you what our defense did. They bent a little bit at times, but they never gave up the red zone set for the one time. Good coverage there. Kyle Myers, true freshman. Erman Lane coming over the top. They're popping their screen game out. Good job, Marquez White being physical. A.J. Westbrook. And you saw Josh Sweat chasing that football right there. You talk about we're going to fix some problems from last week. Matthew Thomas. Those guys, they played their heart and souls out now. They weren't running around out there playing lazy in this game. They get a nice big field goal, and they're up 13-0 now. And now the good thing about it is it's still a 2-score game. The bad thing is we haven't finished our offensive drives, and now we start. Hit a nice vertical here to Kermit. Great throw and catch. I mean, perfect throw. Nice catch by Kermit getting downfield. Here we are back inside. They covered it down, and that's one thing he can do with those legs. Now here he is, being smart. Let me slide. Let me get down. Great job getting us into field goal range right here. Got the screen. If we make the block on the Mike Backer, we're out the gate. But, you know, that's the way screens go sometimes. They're either feast or famine, and we took it. Third down here, we end up picking up. He reads it backside, got a one-on-one. Had a front side call, read one-on-one backside, went right to it. Bobo, who had a really good night. Very pleased how hard he played. Then right here, then we had this for a touchdown. They came on the blitz, and they got our guard and back tied up, and we had it picked up, and they twisted it. And then I'm going to tell you, this kid here made a great tackle. He had him man and jumped over right here. We tried to pop that counter up through there. It was inches from scoring, but they covered it. Smart throwaway there. They had it. There was nothing we could do. Let's get the field goal. Let's get it back to a 10-point game. We got the ball coming out second half, and let's see what we can do. We moved the ball well. Both teams had about 190 yards, kind of back and forth a little bit, but we didn't finish drives. But our defense played really well. I was very proud of the way they played in that first half.
13-3 at half, and I know from the message you delivered to your team, you didn't feel like you were in bad position even though you were down 10.
We really weren't, because Miami had done some really good things, but we're down 2 scores. Just the momentum of the game and the feel of the game, I really thought we were in good shape because we were consistently moving the ball. Our defense, I liked how they were playing. You know, they had the one drive, but I really liked their look in their eye, the demeanor. You know, sometimes I go in there and be upset. Sometimes I won't. I could just feel a good vibe about them and the way they had the look in their eye. And I knew it was just a matter of us getting the right information to them, making the adjustments, and coming out the second half and executing.
Big play of the first half. It came on that last drive when you got some much-needed points. That catch by Kermit Whitfield, that was not routine.
It got us started. We're back on the 25. It's a 25-yard gain, gets across midfield, gets a 2-minute drive going, and that's the most important play of a 2-minute drive, the first completion. And once it gets started, then your odds of scoring and things go way up, and it was a big play, and it got momentum, got confidence, and it got things rolling.
Halftime, Miami with the 13-3 lead, but we know that the second half goes Florida State's way. We'll take a look at those highlights when we come back here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
To the near side, it's Everett Bolson dragging it up, stretches the ball, somewhere on the close sideline, outside ball, he's to the 45-50, he's gone to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, hamstring it all, he's going to score a Florida State touchdown. Throws well the option, and it pays a perfect dividend. Kaya drop it, here comes Sanu, he's going to be lassoed and dropped and stopped at the 13-yard line. A whole heap of 1-2 by DeMarcus Walker. Goes to the right side. Play action fake sold nicely by Everett Bolson. Steps up in the box. Gets a pass away. Down to Wide. That's Ryan. He's over the 50. Tied into the 45. He's inside the 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage, the Hurricane 36. Out of the shotgun. Bolson stands tall. Gets a pass away. Pop ball on the 35. Sideline outside the numbers. On the front 20-yard. It's down to Colton 10. To the 5, 3, 2, 1. Down to Colton again. Touchdown FSU. Touchdown Florida State. A swing pass to number 4. Dropping the throw. Swing pass. This caught ball on the inside flat. Inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Travis Rudolph. He has another Florida State first down. Good snap. Good spot. The kick airborne, and it is good. Inside one to the left. Inside handoff is down to Cook. Daylight. Cook to the 35. 40. The 45 to the 50. Down and Cook is going to be brought down from behind at the 45-yard line. He's over 100 yards rushing again. Two receivers to the left of the tight end wing. Play action, a bootleg roll out by Everett Bolson. Look down here, throws the ball downfield. It is a caught ball at the 15-yard line. Down the far side and outside the numbers and out of bounds. Good snap, good spot. Here's the kick by Roberto Aguayo. And this one is good again. He's 2 for 2. In motion, Whitfield, rolling pocket. It's Bolson coming to the near side. Throws a pocket. Gets here. Caught ball by Maven Saunders. Tight end, got a block, and he digs his way across midfield and falls down at the 47-yard line. Here's the snap, Bolson to throw. Good protecting, gets the pass away off. Good caught ball at the 35-yard line. First down, Travis Rudolph. Wild. Good snap. Here's the kick. He got it away in time, and this one is good. And the Seminoles lead by a half dozen now, 23-17. And awaits the snap. Here it comes, and here comes pressure. From the right side, throws it down over the corner. Ball, and catch at the 38-yard line by Jimbo Wilson. He's the low setback. Gets the ball running to his back. Finds the line inside the 20. Makes it, comes back to the 10. 5-3-2. Touchdown of a few down, but Cook takes it to the house. Pressure coming from the outside pass. Batted away. Incomplete. Knowles will take over. Takes the snap from Hofield. Takes a knee. And that'll do it. Ball game over. Al Golden will walk to midfield. Shake hands with Jimbo Fisher, who improves to 6-0 against the Miami Hurricanes.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, you get the ball coming out, and obviously you want to set the tone right away to start things in the second half.
We do, and we did. We got a penalty on special teams. We had a nice return out the 30-yard line right here, and we get a penalty and get back to the 10 or 12-yard line on a block in the back. And right there, Jeremy Kerr popped. He didn't mean to. He just got a bad angle, and that's not the way you want to start out, because it does limit how you got to call plays back on the 12 and how you got to do. You want to be aggressive, and we popped it right here, and he gets quarterback run, and they had the momentum right there, and they made the play, and that changes momentum, those penalties. Then we get a nice slant route, get it out. Get it back to 3rd and 5. Again, because they're a big blitz team, it's important to get those down in distances right. And then right here on this, they got a tip ball to line of scrimmage. Again, we had a guy in the hole, and they did a good job of getting their hands up. Our defense did a nice job here. Great job, Marquez White, coming in from the corner on trap corner and getting inside. Play action, they pop it. They get a little first down there. They popped it inside on run pass option. We cannot give up the inside. We're still doing that too much. And then we got the late hit. I think that was on, might have been on Matthew Thomas right there. And defense to Marcus Christian. I wish he'd throw him backwards. I like picking him up, but just throw him backwards. Don't throw him forward. That was Matthew got thrown out, and it was he caught him in the neck and head area, and up low. Marcus Lewis right there getting back again. Can't get beat inside. Bubble almost had the pick right there by 27. Good job. We're setting that edge so it makes that bubble a lot harder. And here we got coverage. Great job, Tavares McFadden. We covered the backside on the route they like to do, and they went one-on-one to the backside. Tavares makes a great, and that is a huge play. Now, we had a pick in the red zone. They had a pick in the red zone. They went and scored. Let's see if we can. We get it here, get a nice kick play, get things started, a nice 4, 5, 6-yard gain, getting the ball to the edge. Really nice job right there by Dalvin on the left side of the line, Big Rod and Izzo and Maven. Now we pop a little screen outside again, just keeping them, making them cover the whole field. Get it back to 3rd and short again. Pop it up inside. Dalvin again, just about to come out right there. Center got to get a little more physical at that point. We could come out for a big one. Come back inside. Again, 30, he hits a check down route to Travis is inches from coming down that sideline. Now, his foot just got on that line, but it's a great check down route. He had to square in and read it inside out. Now we get to play action and throw it backside on a little play we have, and Dalvin catches it, and he's out the gate, and we're back to 13-10, and that's what we knew. It's a one-score game now. Now everything's back off. Everything's back off, and you get the momentum. Pressure kind of goes back to them. Now, I mean, this is really late. I mean, that's bad right there now. They get the penalty for it, but man, that's a lot of punishment, and we got to keep that out. Even our guy had one that was late and high. We don't need to do that. That's not good on quarterbacks. It's not healthy for the game. Now they had the 15-yard penalty there, so we took it on the kickoff. So we elected to pooch it, which we did here. Now we get the guy. Wish we'd had him about to 8 or 9, but we get him on the 13-yard line. Great coverage. Has a Smallwood in there. Jared Jackson, all those guys hustling and making plays. There they go. Good tight coverage right there by Roderick Hoskins. Roderick played a really nice game last night. Now here they come back out on 3rd down. Now really right here, that guy shouldn't even been there. We had the guy went inside too much. Kyle Myers should have been sitting right there on the hash, but we get off the field on 3rd down again. DeAndre again making good decisions. Run pass options, getting the thing. I like to see Kermit be a little more physical right there and get upside. Now we're in a 3rd and 2. 69's got to keep coming, so 12 don't take that shot. But there's that guy again. Maven Sanders just keeps getting better and better and better now. This guy is really emerging into a good football player. Here they go. Nice dump down screen. Izzo got him by his ankle. Rod's got to get that block. That could have been a big 15, 20-yard gain right there. We ended up getting about 6. But we got it back to a 3rd man. We'll hit a nice slant right here. Auden Tate, and you see his size and strength. That's the things he does really well. Very powerful guy. Now we hit the run pass option. They blitz. They bring pressure. We get 2-on-2. We got 3 guys out there with 2 blockers. We throw the ball, make the blocks, execute the blocks. And there's Kermit, who, you know, when you get the ball in space, he can run with it. Great job of getting the ball around the blitz. Great block right there by Travis Rudolph. Great block by Auden Tate on both of those guys, and that was awesome. Now that's what it's about. And there's Derwin being that leader and keeping DeAndre in this thing. There you go. They get to run up inside. They popped one right there. Now Erman ended up making the play. We got to squeeze that down. They start moving it, and they get it right on the edge, but they get the holding call. And it was. You saw it on the backside. They grabbed Noddy. And what a run by this kid. We got to do a better job tackling there. And our backer should have fit the edge on the outside to not give up that edge. We're still not coming downhill at the level we need to come downhill at times. And we got to get that. Now they get back. And I'm going to tell you, Derek Noddy was a force inside, knocking people around. Demetrius Jackson, Jackson inside. There's Noddy again. There's Westbrook. All those guys, Fred Jones. Right there, nice job. A three-man rush, and DeMarcus Walker gets pressure. Now, here we go. We start running that football. 3rd and shorts right here, our inside zone. We had, first play, we had an 8-yard on an inside zone play right here, and we just keep mixing it up. We're going to run pass options. Great. We get backed up on a penalty on the next play after a big game. There's Bobo Wilson. It's amazing. Those Miami guys play big in this game now. They know what it's like, and Bobo has played great every year we played him. Here we get the edge, and if we get that down block a little better, this thing could have went to the house or been a big, big play. We're inches again, but it's a 5- or 6-yard gain. Just keep plugging. There's Dalvin, his little pirouette. I guess he made that one up on the run. And what he's doing, but nice 3rd down, short yardage right there, popping that power play right up inside, and we're able to control the line of scrimmage. We're being more physical, doing a good job. Get a face mask right there. There's a great run by Jaquez up inside. He just keeps getting playing time and doing better and better. Here we get a little play action, get a little screen pass, coming back under to Bobo again. Get as much as he can, get it to a 3rd and 1 right here. Really nice job. Here we get that power play again, back up inside. And I mean, he's inches from breaking this one, get about 10 yards. And this is the one drive that we mess up on right here. Right here, guard's got to go, fullback's got to be inside. This should be a touchdown or be a 10, 15-yard gain, and we didn't get enough out. We got so much space, they didn't realize who they were blocking. And they got to make a better decision on 3rd down, right? I mean, we don't need to check that. We need to leave that one on by 12, and we end up missing that 3rd down right there on a block, and that was critical because we needed a touchdown right there. That could have made it a 2-score game and eat the clock as we went, and we left them in the ball game. That's one of the things that was disappointing in the game right there on that drive. Had a great drive, ate about 8 minutes off the clock. We dominated, kept the ball away from them. Great job by Roderick right here, but we just didn't finish them off like we needed to. Now right here, we're in man under. We cannot give up the inside. We're getting high. We got to get low-hipped, and Levante, one of the few mistakes he made in the game. Great coverage right here, and then they called Marquez. It's close, but hey, they called it. So you got to do it, but look at that line. Montavious, there's Pugh, Noddy inside, Sweat. Boy, those guys are being physical. There's Wally. Good rush right here. Guys getting there, you go. Derek Noddy getting to him inside, just pushing the pocket. I mean, just pushing the center straight back. He's getting healthy. That's why you're starting to see him more. He's finally getting that ankle healthy. Good, great job right here. Josh Sweat coming off the. I'm going to tell you, Josh by far played his best game. Hard, played to run well, had passion in what he did. It was fun watching him play. Now they get a nice, they brought 7 guys. They said, we're not going to let you run it right here. So we got to get a throw right here. And just right there on that 3rd down, that was a target. They had a targeting to our head, which they got again. This game gets physical. It gets nasty. That's a great job by Kermit. Taking that shot, getting up, not saying nothing, walking off, and got the penalty. Man, if we get this kick out on this counter quarterback, it is up the gate for a big play. But again, game of inches, they made the play. 3rd down, we missed a twist. He throws it. They call grounding. And you can call it. And then this is back. Our gunner has been inside, and we're covering it great. And 18's got to stack it. He goes in the wrong gap. And they've been doing it perfect all night. And we didn't do it and let down. And what a tackle right here by Logan. I mean, big-time tackle by Logan Tyler right there. And made them go 4 downs. Now, they get the first run, they get there. And we start stopping. Great job, Jacob Pugh, Dontavius. There's, I can't see who else that was, Marcus Walker. And they get on the 4th down. I mean, just couldn't see it in the light. Just got to play through the arms. It went to 4th down. They made a good throw and catch. But I'm going to tell you what, how about this? Guys don't quit. They were close all day. They pushed through, got the block. And I'm going to tell you, you have no idea how big these 2 first downs were because they had 3 timeouts. And I figured we had to play the hands team because you got to play for it. But I knew they'd kick it deep because they'd pin you back. You couldn't return it. And if you get a bad punt with their field goal kicker with his range, they had some timeouts left. I mean, you were in trouble. And it was really big right here. I told Kermit, you got to catch that thing and then get as much as you can. Go get as much as you can. He got it up there, and we tried this play right here. We should have had that. We missed the down block right there on the seal, and now we get about 1 or 2. And we get a nice little run right here. Great block by the fullback. Great block by the guard. And we get it. 2 things he did. Gets the first down, gets down, keeps the clock running. Now we're in great shape. Now we hit an inside zone, and they got the edge, and we bounces, and we got to get out of there, but we get the first down. He gets down. It's 43 seconds, 1 timeout, game's over. Running out 4-minute offense. We did it at South Florida. We did it Ole Miss, we did it. We've done a really good job of making first downs when we have to and keeping the clock. And again, we had 36 minutes of possession in the game, over 36 minutes, almost 37 minutes. Kept the ball away, long drives, helped our defense rest. Defense played well, and it was a side game.
Side game, and appropriately, the guy from 305 was your side captain.
Yes, it was, and it was good for him to do it, and he played well, and we got that side, and getting side from Miami is always a good thing.
7 straight over the Canes, and we all know the series history here. This time it comes down to a kick that's missed the other way, but you got to credit to Marcus Walker. He said in the postgame that he talked to Coach Hagens and asked him to change the block defense, if you will, from one side to the other because of what he perceived to be a weaker area of the Miami line in their kicking game.
I don't know about all that, but we'll get a little. But he made a good call, and we switched it over and got there, and we have had a good rush. That's 2 weeks in a row we've been able to block it off that same side, and guys have gotten in there, and proud of them for doing it.
It's the big play of the second half, big play of the game. Florida State wins it 20-19 the final, but now, just like any other week, you turn the page, get ready to take on a good Wake Forest team. We'll talk about the Demon Deacons when we come back on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Today's final stats are presented by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. Inside the Helmet is presented by Hyundai.
I'm Rod Johnson, Jr. from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm an offensive lineman. I'm the youngest of 3. I have 3 boys. I'm the youngest of 3. I was the youngest, so they always picked on me, but now I outgrew them, and they don't challenge me as much as they used to. You know, I had a lot of heroes. I mean, my biggest one is my dad. I mean, I try to walk like him, talk like him, do everything like him, but I just try to make him proud of me and things. And he does a great job of keeping me in line and things like that, but you know, I just do most things I do because of my dad. I played basketball and baseball, and they had to double team me and all those things because I was the tallest on the court, but they didn't stop me. But then I played football in middle school, and it brought me up here to Florida State. I just came down here to be great, and you know, they did a real good job recruiting me, and I didn't feel no other place like I did at Florida State, no other schools. It's rough, I tell you that. It's not easy. It's always hard to keep the man happy, but you know, when you look at the bigger picture, I mean, I'm in a great place to be coached like him. I would like to relax and sleep. I like to lay in my bed and watch movies. Because when we're here, it's always time to work, and you know, they always push us to be great, and what it takes that is very rough on your body. So when I'm down, when it's downtime, I like to just relax and chill out. We have cookouts, and we do like go out and go to the lazy rivers and things like that. So there's always something to do around here together. Not even just in the offensive line, but you know, the defensive line is like the whole team. When we get together, it's just always some funny times, and you know, it's just those are the moments that we live for and things like that. Without the cameras and the coaches around, just their brotherhood. Well, I think I'm a pretty good 5-star chef. You know, I can cook anything, but I love to make my shrimp Alfredo, and that's a pretty good dish of mine. Running out that tunnel with all those Seminoles fans chanting the war chant, you know, and it's just something about that helmet that gives you chills down my spine, and you know, it's a great feeling that I can't explain really. It's a good feeling. I mean, just the nickname that's been sticking around me for years. I tell you, probably before middle school, it probably really came up. One of my friends had called, and then it just stuck with me the whole way. But now it's just Big Rod, and it's only one Big Rod, and that's me.
It takes a village. It's a saying true to many aspects of life, and the success of the Florida State football team is no exception. While fans may only see the work of the players and coaches contributing to the game wins, hundreds of staff members work behind the scenes to ensure that those touchdowns can be scored on Saturdays. One of these essential groups, the student-athlete academic staff.
An academic advisor works with a student to help them plan their schedule, make sure that they're on track for NCAA rules and progress towards degree, but also helps them navigate the college system and figure out what does it mean to be a college student. Advisors
and learning specialists work to ensure the players are eligible to take the field on game day by teaching, guiding, and encouraging them to produce their best work.
There's no cookie cutter approach to working with the student athletes. We meet them really where they are and what their needs are. So it's done on an individual basis, and each learning specialist has their own strategies that they use and their own ways that they work with their students. Maybe if they're struggling in a certain area, we can give them strategies and tools to help them.
Frequent traveling throughout the season makes it difficult for the student athletes to keep up with their classes. Because of this, a rotation of advisors join the team on the road and offer a study hall to ensure the players stay on track with their coursework despite their rigorous athletic schedules.
There are 9 of us who work in football in the academic team. And so we send people on the road because we leave on Thursday nights. And so that means Friday, they're in a hotel, and actually the kids started it by asking us, can we start doing something while we're on the road? Because we're just hanging out for most of the day until meetings happen. And so we worked with football to send people on the road and set up a full-on study hall to be able to use that time more wisely and have kids get a lot of work done during that time.
Study hall on the road, we do it Friday morning, and usually in one of their meeting rooms, and we have a whole bunch of tables set up, laptops spread out. We have the advisors helping them on each assignment, making sure they get their work done, and to overall monitor us.
Attendance is not mandatory, but much of the team takes advantage of this opportunity.
On the road study halls, a lot of guys getting their work done because we don't have that much time. We leave on Thursdays, so therefore we have to have some time to get it done.
With them there, they make sure we do that work and make sure we do our readings to get everything done at one point in time, so we won't have to brush it off or procrastinate.
It's been tremendous for a lot of them. I think that they really appreciate the time. A lot of guys have been able to stay on track and even get ahead with assignments.
You miss a lot of time in class. You got quizzes, exams, you might miss a lecture, so it's good because it just keeps us ahead.
It comes as no surprise that Dalvin Cook is the Seminoles' leading rusher.
Hop, skip, jump. Wow.
What might shock a few people is the fact that Cook is FSU's second leading receiver.
It was something I worked on when I got here. I caught the ball like more towards my senior year in high school, and my coaches got me more comfortable with it. But Coach Fisher, he really got me comfortable with doing it, with catching the ball at the backfield. And, just me being versatile at the backfield, he really push that through me.
Cook has already surpassed his receiving yards from 2015 on 5 less catches, showing he's doing more in the open field.
That's key right there, getting out on the linebacker and just winning that one-on-one battle. And that's what it's really about. He put us in those one-on-one matchups with linebackers or safeties, and you just got to win. I think I've been doing a great job of winning those battles and just catching the ball from Francois and creating yards for the team.
It's a great weapon. He has great hands and he has great eyes. He has a feel for the ball. He has a feel for certain routes that we put him in. So getting the ball to him quick, that's getting the ball out of my hand. Not always having to hand it to him. The whole country looks at me to hand the ball to Dalvin, but when I'm deaking and ducking it to him out the backfield, that's just another dimension added to his game.
The evolution of Cook's game is proving he has what it takes to be an all-around back.
Look at the pro guys. Remember Marshall Faulk and all those guys. They were all great rushers. Remember, if you go back, they were some of the best receivers around. Some of your best pure backs are really guys that could really, really catch the football out of the backfield, and that's just the way. They don't have to take all the punishment to get the yards and the touches.
And more touches for Cook has proven to be a winning combination for Florida State's offense.
The Look Ahead is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance, Register to win a football fantasy experience at knowlescontest.com.
Welcome back, Coach. You get right back at it this week. And first of all, this will be a challenge because that was a physical football game against the Miami Hurricanes. I mean, you got some guys who are bumped and bruised, but you've got another one before you get the bye week.
You can't worry about that. You got to get your treatment. You got to get your body taken care of. And that's, this time of year, that's what it's like. Everybody's like that. So we got to get back out there and practice. This team is 5-1 at Wake Forest. They're playing really well. They beat some really good football teams. They can run it, throw it, defense. They cause a lot of problems. Their blitz packages, special teams are sound. This is a really good football team.
Relatively new coach that's implementing his system over the last couple of years. What stands out in terms of what you see that they're trying to establish?
I mean, they play hard. They're sound. There's no weaknesses. I mean, you look at them. They're sound in everything they do. They're players. They've recruited well. They got good skill guys, up front guys. They cause a lot of problems with their blitzing and things on defense. Special teams will do anything, line up different formations to create things. Very sound, but very different at times, but at the same time very fundamental. And they play hard, and they're just a good football team.
One of the things you told your team after the game against Miami was, we've set the bar here. There's no going back, and I know that's going to be a point of emphasis this week.
It is. All right, now we got to practice. Are we going to be ready to practice? Are we going to be ready to play? We're going to get after it every week and keep raising the bar to how we want to play and what we can play at that level.
It is homecoming. I know that doesn't mean all that much to you and your staff and your players, but it's good to be back home for a 3:30 kick against Wake Forest, especially after 4 out of the first 6 were away from home. Now the schedule will start to even out a little bit in terms of home and away. All right, we've got some final thoughts straight ahead. Stay with us here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
FSU sports fans, my name's Jake Blatner. I'm one of the sports dietitians here at Florida State University. Welcome to our Fuel Bar. Today we're going to be touching a little bit on supplements. It's one of the questions a lot of athletes come in, freshmen, should I take supplements? What are they? And just a quick overview of what's on the market and do they really help with athletic performance? One of the main things we're going to get questions about is electrolyte drinks. So here in Florida, it's hot, it's humid, so electrolyte replacement, very important for our athletes. So essentially, Powerade has our sodium, potassium, magnesium, electrolytes to put back in what we're sweating out. Also has some carbohydrate in there that helps put sugar back into our muscles and keeps us going on the field. B12 is another supplement that I get common questions about out there. So B12 in itself doesn't provide us with energy. It helps bring those nutrients through those energy pathways, so we wouldn't need a B12 supplement unless we're lacking it in the diet. But it is something that is out in the market that we do get questions about. Also amino acids. If we're getting enough protein throughout our diet, unless we're an ultra athlete with over 2 hours of exertion, like an ultra marathon, amino acids themselves might not be something we'd need to supplement with. We also have some carbohydrate-based solutions, so our gels and our chews, really big with our distance athletes or running athletes. So essentially what these are, sometimes they'll have some electrolytes in them, a little bit of sodium, potassium. Essentially there's carbohydrate to give you a quick little boost before they get out on the track or before they get that event. If we're, once again, one of those ultra athletes, going distance, something that an athlete can have on their bike or in their side pocket to give them a quick little boost of energy. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to follow us at FSU Fuel. We'll see you next time.
Just some final thoughts, Coach, as we finish up. The defense really played a terrific ball game against Miami, and there were some new faces in there, but more than that, the effort was there, and they played assignment football.
They were strong, they were physical at the point on the run. This team could run the football. The young guys played well, and the second half, they gave up under 100 yards. They gave up about, I want to say 84 yards in the whole second half. And from a team, that they needed to do that with. Played the run well, played the pass well, contested, affected the quarterback, played gap control, played physical, played hard. Charles Kelly and those guys, the coaches did a tremendous job of getting them ready to play, and our kids played really well.
Coach, tell us a little bit about Erman Lane. We know he was a receiver, and for 3 weeks after he changed his position to getting some significant playing time, obviously he's an athlete.
Well, he went over and he has athletic ability, and there was an urgency to play. And I mean, when you have an urgency to play and you want to play, you can go learn. You know what I mean? And he's learned up, picked things up, and he's a very smart kid. And he's playing. He's physical. He's big. He's over 200 pounds. He's 6'2", so he can have the body to cover run, has ball skills, can tackle, and he's making a great contribution. Very proud of what he's done.
You know, every week you can only get one win in a week, but this one felt pretty significant to beat your rival. So how key can that be for your team in terms of a springboard?
Well, I think what it is, you got to understand the passion and the heart you played with to realize you don't just do it against your rival. That's the way you got to play all the time. And there's a level when you strain and you want it real bad and you gut yourself out and you push yourself that you got to do that all the time. But sometimes you got to feel that you don't know where you can go until someone pushes you there. And sometimes you don't think you can, but they can. And there's still another level after this, in my opinion. But we're getting there, and hopefully they get that feeling as they got as far as how to play. It will continue in practice in the games as we move on.
Next up is Wake Forest, 3:30 this Saturday at Doak Campbell Stadium. We'll see you next week right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
This has been the Jimbo Fisher Show, brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Coca-Cola, try a game changer of your own. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. And by Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe.